Welcome to the 1010 portal. What a beautiful day of energy. We have a lot of new energy coming in and we are releasing a ton. There's not room to have both. And so your cup is being filled with all of this new energy. And as it fills with new energy, all of that older energy is leaving. And it's today's message in our power was just to be here now. It's Friday. Friday's Love Blue. We are just completely connected with it. We sat and anchored in the energy of the 1010 portal for all of the time zones that are going to sleep and getting into their restfulness. And from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the Pacific coast, on the PSE time zone, pretty much like 70 to 80% of the world is starting to go to sleep. So it's 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. in North America, whether you're on the West Coast or the East Coast, that majority of the world is asleep. And what happens during this time is that when you're asleep, there is this connectivity that you have to the consciousness. So we have this really special portal and time zone opportunity to send healing, because when you're asleep, you are automatically connected to the conscious grid. You're the unseen grid, the heavenly weave. And you're going through so much upgrades and activations and healing while you're sleeping. And that's where your body is in full surrender. When you're tapping into that consciousness, that conscious grid, for those who are awake that are tapping into it, you can affect billions and billions of people by flowing love during this time in. And this is the messages that's coming in. 2 days ago, it was about 1 p.m. from 1 to 3 p.m. PST, we reached 100% global consciousness coherence. And when I tapped into that, I'd never seen that before. I got us to 95. I've seen us get to 98. There was one time we were at 99. But to hold the light of consciousness on a global scale for over 2 hours is nothing that I've ever seen or experienced before. So I started asking questions in my powwow, going through the Akashic records to really understand, was this a fluke? How did this continue? How does this happen? And then getting the questions about that most of the world is asleep. And so then I needed to do more research about who's asleep and how many are asleep. And it's about 70 to 80% of the world that's asleep while North America, parts of South America, and a little bit of Europe is still awake. That when we connect with the conscious field when we're awake, so all the energy work, everything that's happening, every single 1010 portal, meditation, activation, transmission, any intention that is set during this time period, we are actively raising the collective frequency and vibration around the entire world. And we as whether you're a conduit, you're flowing that energy in, you're a transducer, you're transmuting that energy, or you're a transductor and you're moving that energy about, this is kind of your special window. If you are in North and South America, this is your special window that you can actually, we together, where two or more gather, we can set the intention to actually work in that unconscious grid and reach all of those who are asleep, whether they're in their REM sleep, in their dream state, or they're in their theta and delta, and they're moving through their deep sleep. We have the ability to affect change, even just one person tapping in. So as I was anchoring in the energies and going into all the time zones that are going through their REM sleep or going into deeper sleeps, wow, the power that we have when we can anchor in their day. Many of them went from being in the 1010 portal, being the light, to doing. Their day began got taken over by doing, and now they've rested into gratitude. And there was so much beauty when you get to tap into those energies. So there's so much more to this that came through. I will try to do a sip on that maybe, and just allow the Divine Father Mother just to pour out everything that has to do with this conscious, this global conscious connection that we have, and the colors that are attached to it, everything that comes along with it. But what I pulled out of that in the information that I received during that transmission was how the power that we have to affect 70 to 80% of the world while they're sleeping, with the 7 to 8 billion that are awake during this 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. in North America, starting with the kind of the PST time zone. So it's 11 or so here right now. We had just done a beautiful 1010 portal activation and transmission, and then to finish that at the 11:11, to walk into this now ability to affect so many by sending love, by moving that energy around, by singing your IMs, by sound chambers, by alms, ringing the bells of your alms every hour. We have the ability to just, the massive amounts of support that we can offer those that are coming through the 3 waves at once of awakening, as they are in rest, as they spent their day maybe connecting to the 1010 portal. Maybe they did some healing or energy work. Maybe they just sat journaling and mirror work, or dancing or singing, or not really even knowing what they're doing, but they're just doing it, showing up every day. There are many that are releasing so much and going through their dark night of the soul or their shadow walk. And this is where we can hold space for them. If it's just to set the intention to hold space for all those who are in sleep and rest and reset, that is powerful enough. Oh, like it gets me like in just super giddy at what we can affect when we 2 or more gather. So if you have the call to send out a hug to all those who are resting, who are asleep, who are dreaming in their dream states, send them good vibes, pour some color and some rainbow into your heart, which flows it to theirs. They can wake up tomorrow. Imagine the entire world, 70 to 80% of the world is waking up tomorrow, seeing a butterfly or a rainbow. Their turtles came through in our powwow this morning, that we need to start moving slow. It's to slow the flow, but radiate the glow. And I thought that was beautiful. So it's slow the flow, and that was the turtle representation, but radiate the glow. And then we were placed inside of our prism, that you are a rainbow prism. And no matter where you go and who gets to connect with your energy, you're leaving that rainbow sheen and shine, and just filling their walls and their energy fields with your light. And you are the prism and the light. Like your light is the light is gravitated towards you no matter where you are, whether that is from the illumination from the moon, it's coming from the sun, it's radiating from your own heart, that you are creating, you are the rainbow prism. So imagine yourself today, no matter where you go, where you need to be, who you interact with, that you are shining, you are that rainbow prism that is shining the rainbows on the entire energy fields of the space, places, the person, place, or things, that you can affect that. Let's say you're going to a stadium for a football game, because this is football season, whether that is for your local team, you're watching family or friends, or maybe you are going to a major sporting event. You are the rainbow prism. You affect every single person in that stadium. That is how powerful you are when you set the intention to radiate your glow, like to radiate your light.